Wasabi Wallet. Unfairly private.
Getting your own Lightning node set up is no easy task. It takes a little bit of know-how and some elbow grease to get everything set up and flowing properly. One of the trickiest bits that people often find is establishing inbound liquidity, which means the act of somebody else opening a payment channel to you so that you can receive payments. There are a lot of solutions for this, and one such solution is called lightningnetwork.plus. This is a website that allows people to connect with each other and create rings of liquidity, reciprocating channels back and forth. And today we're going to take a look at how to use the website to get your own inbound liquidity, get yourself hooked up so that you have sats flowing to and from like nobody's business. I am Ben with the BTC Sessions. This is your daily session.
Hodl the Bitcoin.
Before we dive in, of course, shout out to sponsors of the show, Ledn.io, where you can use your Bitcoin for a variety of different services. Of course, they have their Bitcoin-backed loans so that if you're in a pinch and you need to get your hands on dollars, but you don't want to sell your Bitcoin because, of course, that's a taxable event, and maybe you're worried about having to buy back in at a higher price, this could be for you. Very simple. You can deposit Bitcoin, get dollars to your bank account within 24 hours, and when you pay those dollars back, you get back the same number of sats, which for me is the more important number. They also have their savings accounts for Bitcoin and USDC, and they've got their B2X offering if you're feeling mega bullish. Links for them are in the show notes down below, and if you use that link and opt to use either of their loan products, they'll give you $25 for free into your savings. If you're stacking sats in Canada, BitBuy is a super easy solution to do so. They have a slick web interface to use. They have a dedicated app for both iOS and Android. And after your first $250 purchase, they'll give you $20 for free, which is pretty solid. Be sure to check them out. Links are in the show notes, of course. Now, I do live on Bitcoin, and BitRefill really helps me do this. This is where you can use your Bitcoin to purchase any gift card that your little heart desires. It's available in a ton of different countries. They've got, again, just endless options here. And you can pay with Bitcoin via on-chain, regular Bitcoin transactions, or, as I do, via the Lightning Network for fast, cheap, instant transactions. And you do earn sats back as you shop, and they've got a killer referral program if you got some friends and family that might be interested as well. Now, you guys know the Keystone wallet, one of my favorite and most used hardware wallets. It is 100% air gapped, and that means you never plug the thing into anything internet connected. It's all done offline via QR code, and that keeps the keys to your money safe and away from internet connections. It works with all my favorite wallets like Blue Wallet and Wasabi and Spectre and Sparrow and just a ton of options, and it's also great in multi-sig. You can check them out in the show notes as well. And finally, if you are backing up any important Bitcoin wallet, get some peace of mind by getting it in solid steel on the Billfodl over at privacypros.io. It's a solid steel plate with little tiles that you slide in. It's far superior to putting it on paper, of course, because with paper you're open to fire damage, water damage, or as it's just a slip of paper, you might accidentally discard the thing if you're not paying attention. Billfodl does away with all of those concerns. Be sure to check them out. Links are in the show notes. And with that, let's get into this tutorial. So let's talk a little bit about prerequisites before you go ahead and use this video. First up, you should be familiar with doing regular Lightning transactions. If you have not done that yet and you have no experience with using the Lightning Network, this is not the starting point for you. I recommend going back and checking out videos that I have on things like Breeze Wallet or Moon Wallet, BREEZ and MUUN. Yes, there are some interesting spellings in and around this stuff, but definitely start there. Now, you're also going to need to have a node up and running. If you have not done that, then you're going to need to probably go back and check out my Umbrel video on running your own Umbrel node. That will get you set there. And then you're going to want to probably either be in the process of or have already started opening Lightning channels. And I do have a full tutorial on how to do that using your Umbrel node and an app on it called Thunderhub. So be sure to check that out if you have not already. And then this video can kind of be put side by side with that Lightning Network setup video, where you can get better liquidity and sats flowing through your node a little bit easier. So hopefully this is a nice complement to that. Now let's talk a little bit about Lightning Network.plus, and I'll pull up the website here. And what this website is effectively is finding peers where you can connect with each other and enter an agreement where all of you will open a single channel with the next person, creating kind of a circular route of payments between either 3, 4, or 5 people. Now, the advantage of this is that it's above and beyond opening a single channel with a single peer. And why that is because, number one, you're getting a reciprocated channel to you. So let's say you wanted to open a channel of 1 million Satoshis to somebody. You're also going to be getting somebody opening a channel of 1 million Satoshis to you, meaning that you're also going to have the ability to receive 1 million Satoshis in payments. Furthermore, rather than just having access to all of the nodes and payment channels that your peer has access to, kind of like a 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon type thing where you can route payments through everybody that they're routed to. You're now opening yourselves up to the payment routes of multiple parties. So in a situation where it's 3 people, instead of having just one other person with all of their kind of connections, you now have 2 people. So you're effectively, depending on how many channels other people have open, doubling your access to the Lightning Network, and you'll find it far easier to route payments this way. When you use a set of 4 people or 5 people, that continues to grow exponentially. So this can definitely help you get a lot more liquidity and a lot more routing through your node a lot quicker than just singular channels with individual peers. So we're going to be taking a look at how to navigate through this website, and let's get ourselves centered to start here. Looking at lightningnetwork.plus, the website itself, we'll take a look around and see what's in front of us here. So on the main page here, you're going to see a few things up top. You have the option for swaps, nodes. There's actually a feed, a social feed that we'll take a look at in a moment. There's a variety of different things that you can check out. You can search specifically by node. Down below, you see all of the swaps. And swaps, again, I'm referring to swapping liquidity or reciprocating Lightning Network channels with peers. And so these are applications for swaps that people have created, and you can see just kind of quick on their face, you can see, oh, this one's for 1 million sat channels, this one's for 20,000 sat channels, 10,000. So it can vary. Now keep in mind that some of these where there's 1,000 sat channel may not be the best idea. Like, these are pretty small channels, and you may find issues with that, in that you can't route many payments with 12,000 sats. So you may want to look for slightly bigger channels depending on what you're trying to accomplish here. Regardless, this is where you would see all the possible swaps. You can narrow down your searches here, and then you can also go to any swaps that you currently have on the go, and you can start your own swaps here. Up in the top right, you'll see your profile. Now, I've already signed up on this website, and I've done something called verifying my node. And while I can't repeat that process, I'm going to show you what they mean by that. If you have a Lightning Network node up and running, to easily verify your node and claim ownership of it, they will have a message that you need to copy and then sign. And so the way this works is you'll get a string of text here somewhere where it tells you to verify. And you would copy the string of text, whatever it may be, but they will tell you. And you would copy whatever that string of text is. So right now I'm just copying just to show you an example. Host of the BTC sessions on YouTube. I just copied that text. Now, within your Umbrel node, which hopefully that might be where you're on, but nonetheless, within your Umbrel node, there's an app you can get called ThunderHub, which I cover in my previous Lightning Network tutorial. And when you're on ThunderHub, it's very easy to sign a message. I'll show you how. Just on the left-hand side, you go down and you find Tools, and then you'll see under Messages, it says Sign Message. What you're going to do is you're going to paste in whatever that message was. You're going to hit Sign, and then you're going to hit Copy. And then you would head back over to Lightning Network Plus, and you would paste in whatever the output was there. So what you just copied, and you would paste it in, and it would show that only the person that owns this node could have possibly signed that message, and that will verify you as the rightful owner of that node. Okay. And in doing so, again, it'll show your node information for other people so they can verify that yes, indeed, you do own that node. Now you can see here in my profile, it details my capacity of the node, how many channels are open to me or outbound, any links that you choose to put in there, you can. There's also a rating system and different little badges that you can get depending on your activity on the site. It shows your Lightning address and public key. It shows all of the channels open with you. You can also see my latest posts on my social feed on this website. You can see any previous swaps that have been used there, a description of your node, so on and so forth. So all of that is here in your profile. So let's hop back to the main page. Next thing I want to cover is looking through all of the available swaps to you. So you'll see some will say open for application. Some will say opening channels, and some will say completed. If they're opening channels, that means all possible spaces have been taken and they're just in the process of opening those channels. If it says completed, obviously that is done and over with. The only ones that should be of interest to you are open for application or open with restrictions. And so because of that, up in the top left here, I'm going to go down and I'm going to hit open for application as a search term, and that will get rid of all of the finished or in the process of finishing swaps. Okay, so now I just see open with restrictions and open for application, all of the ones that I could possibly be a part of. And let's take a look at one of these. I'm going to look at this one here. It says open with restrictions, 1 million SAT channels. Okay, and there's one more space available. Okay, so let's click on view details. Now it has 2 participants out of 3. Again, 1 space available. They want to open 1 million SAT channels for 12 months or more. Okay, the restrictions for the nodes participating here are you need to have at least 3 channels connected to your node, and your capacity of your node needs to be 1.5 million Satoshis. Now, what is capacity? Capacity means not the amount of Bitcoin that you've added to your Bitcoin node, but the amount of Bitcoin allocated to all channels coming to and from your node. And how you find this out, I'll show you really quick here, is over in ThunderHub. If you go to Home, if you scroll down a little bit, you will see, oh, there it is, public key right there. You can copy this information here. Then you can head over to a website called 1ml.com, and then you just do a search for your node. Now I've already pulled it up. So when you search there, it will pull up your node and it will show your capacity. In this case, I'm lucky enough to have a lot of channels open to me from a lot of other people. So my capacity of my node is 3.28 Bitcoin. All right, so there's a lot of different channels coming to and from my node, and to an outsider looking in, nobody knows exactly what percentage of that is mine versus other people's channels that they've opened. Regardless, there's a lot of capacity allocated to my node. So looking back at this swap here, the minimum is 1.5 million sats, and when I look at my capacity here on 1ML, it's sitting at 328 million. That's well within that constraint. And a lot of people to have the capacity of 1.5 million sats, it's not that difficult to obtain if enough people have opened channels back and forth. So having looked at all the information here, if I chose to be a part of this triangle here, I could go ahead and just click apply to triangle. At this point, and I was mistaken here, 2 participants, 2 spaces are available. There's only, nobody has jumped onto this one yet. So I would then be waiting for a final participant to partake in this. And once that happened, then we could start opening channels with each other. Now you will see the process of opening channels in a moment, but I just wanted to show what you'd be looking at if you joined somebody else's swap. What we want to do is, for the purposes of this video, let's try making our own swap. We're going to start one. So from the main page, what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit start swap. Now, what do I want this to be? How many participants would I like in this swap? You can choose. You can hit right here under it says shape or number of participants. You can click and there's the option for 3, 4, or 5. Okay, triangle, square, pentagon. There you go. Now, it might take longer for people to be a part of an application that has 4 or 5 participants. For this video, I'm just going to keep it simple with 3. And how many sats would you like the channels to be? I'm going to do 2 million sat channels, okay? And duration, I'd probably like this to last 12 months. Okay, now minimum number of channels that operators, node operators entering this need to have. Now I want a lot of routing. I want a lot of capacity. I want to be able to spend and utilize these channels pretty well. So I would prefer it if the individuals had a fair number of channels. I'm going to say at least 10. You know, that's not a lot to ask, in my opinion, but it should be connected well enough. And what about minimum node capacity? Honestly, I would like somebody to have a slightly larger capacity to their node. And again, this counts all channels going in and out, but I would like somebody to have a capacity. I'm going to ballpark it here, but I'd say at least, let's give it a try. 0.2. Oh, no, wait, I'm not talking Bitcoin here. We're talking Satoshis. So I'm going to say, let's ballpark it here. Let's do 10 million sats. I feel like that's fair. Okay. Additional rules. I don't need to put any extra rules in there. And then private. If you want to do this just amongst a group of friends and you just want to set it up via this website, which is super convenient if you're doing so, you can tap the private checkbox here, and then it will be protected by PIN code, and you can share it and give your friends the PIN, and they'll be able to access that. Anyways, this looks good to me, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to hit Start Swap. Swap was successfully created, and it says that, hey, you've got open for application, 2 million sat channels. There's 2 spaces still available for 12 months or more. The restrictions are a minimum of 10 channels connected to your node already and a capacity of 10 million sats. We're waiting for participants right now, but I can tweet to recruit. What a great idea. Why not do that? I'm going to tweet that out right now. And I'm going to say, join our 2 million sat Bitcoin Lightning Network liquidity swap triangle. There we go. We'll just tweet it out. And let's hope that some people join in and we will be back when we have our participants. This is actually me right now waiting waiting for participants. So we'll be back in a little bit here.
A few moments later.
We're back, and Bitcoin Twitter quickly heeded my call. We had a couple people jump in on that swap. And now on my main screen, when I refreshed it, it says right up top, I've got a notification. Hey, I have one channel opening to do. And it says open a channel in swap ID, and you have IDs for your swaps. You can get to the swap that you created either by clicking here on the notification. It'll take you right there. Alternatively, you can go to My Swaps, and if you scroll down, you can see I have a previous one that's completed, and then I can see this one, currently opening channels. So I'm going to hit View Details of that one. That's how you would get there if you weren't going from the notification. All right. So it says, what do you do next? You have to open a channel within 1 day and 23 hours and 50 minutes. So they give you a 48-hour window to get a channel open, and I need to open it to node B with the following information. Okay, so I have a lightning address for this individual. I also have a capacity. Of course, I set that myself, and then it says a recommended sats per byte or vbyte. Okay, cool. So first I need to do these things, and then it says click the button below after you broadcasted the channel opening transaction. No need to wait until the transaction confirms. So I'm going to use this information now to head over to ThunderHub and open said channel. So first thing I need to do is I'm going to hit the copy button right there, and I'm going to head over to ThunderHub. And we're going from our home right here. And what we're going to do is quick actions. It says open. We're going to click that, and this will bring up a menu, and we're going to do manual, and you will have seen this in my other lightning tutorial if you've done that already. We're going to hit open. Now, is this a new peer? I'm going to hit yes, and new node right here is where we paste the information we just copied. Okay, so this is the person's lightning node that I'm opening a channel with. Now my channel size is 2 million Satoshis. Great. Now, my fee. What is the fee? I'm going to set my fee to, and what did it recommend me? I believe it was 8. I'd like this to go a little bit quicker. I'm going to be on the side of caution. I'm going to hit 12 for this one, okay? I know some of you sat savers out there will cringe at my 12 sats per byte, per V byte, but hey, you know, I'm making videos. I gotta eat a few sat fees here and there to get them out in a timely manner. Anyways, that's all set up. I can now hit open channel, and hopefully this works just fine. Perfect. And we see channel opened, and that is all set. So that's all I need to do on my end. Okay. And I can now head back over to my swap, and I can say, hit the checkbox here, channel opening started. Wonderful. And so now, and also I can see that node C has already opened a channel, and we're just waiting on node B. And then there's a little chat box down below, so I can leave a comment, and I can say something, be like, hey guys, thanks for being a part of this swap. And I'll just hit save comment. Everybody as part of this will be able to see that message. They can reply back, so on and so forth. And so, yeah, now we're just waiting on one more channel to open, and then we will have that liquidity triangle finished. I'll pop back to my main screen, and we will check that out when it is all finished. One quick little mention here also, you can see the hierarchy of who's opening. I guess not hierarchy, that's a bad name for it, but you can see the circle of who's supposed to open with who. So I've opened my channel to node B. Node B is going to open their channel to node C, and node C has opened their channel to me. So I have to go and check that they have indeed done so. They said that they have, and then if they have, then I'm going to give them a happy rating. So I can head over to my channel, and I can click on channels, and let me just jump back here and check their information. So I can see, I can copy their pub key, and then I can head back to Thunder Hub. And what did theirs start with again? 034829. So I'm just going to look for a pending channel. It's probably in pending right now. That might be it right there. 034829. Perfect. Okay, so I can see that now, just so you know, that there's a reserve that gets put off to the side in the event that fees fluctuate in order to close the channel. So I can see the reserve there, but I can see that it's the right amount so that it would be a 2 million Satoshi channel. So yes, they have indeed opened a channel to me. So I'm going to navigate back to the website. I'll go back to my swaps and view details, and I'll give them a little happy. Perfect. Okay, so they've been rated. Hopefully they'll do the same for me, and hopefully we'll see Hodler Mag open up their channel momentarily. We'll be right back. All right, jump ahead a little bit, and I can see that now all of these channels are finished, and they've fulfilled their commitment to opening a channel within 48 hours. So everything is all done. All of these channels are now set up, and we can see here that we have optional rebalancing. So channel rebalancing should only be done by one swap participant. It is recommended everyone temporarily sets their fees to the lowest so the rebalancing node doesn't incur fees, so on and so forth. So you can rebalance should these be out of whack and the liquidity not be there. And I showed how to do rebalancing in my previous video, so be sure to head over and check that out if you have not already. And yeah, this kind of shows you just details about everything here. We can see that everybody's opened to everybody, has finished, and even it's showed that there was an issue before. So this chat or comment box is very, very necessary. Somebody had their minimum channel size set to one that was higher than 2 million sats. That was resolved. They did it in the chat here, and then everything worked out hunky-dory. So this website is very, very useful for me. I find it fantastic. I think it'll be useful for you as well if you're exploring setting up your own Lightning node. And again, the social portion of it is a big part of it. So I showed that you could set up statuses from your profile page. If we go over to the social place, we can see, I put up a video saying, hey, I'm doing a tutorial. So tutorialception happening right here. And you can post lots of fun things. There's lots of great articles that people put up here. Highly recommend. Check it out. Yeah, lightningnetwork.plus. Solid website. Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, please do hit like, subscribe, and share. All of those things really help get this content in front of more eyeballs. If you want to help out the show in another way, you can hit up the previously mentioned sponsors down below: Ledden, BitBuy, BitRefill, Keystone, and Bill Fodl over at privacypros.io. And if you really liked what you saw, you can always hit me up with a Lightning Network or Bitcoin tip at my strike.me page. That is strike.me/BTC sessions. When you get there, type in any amount you please, hit the tip button. You will be greeted with a Lightning invoice, or if you click to the right, a regular Bitcoin QR code. With that, I am out. Have yourselves a wonderful day or evening, wherever you may be, and I will see you guys next time for your daily session.
Hodl the Bitcoin.